Hi, this is Debbie. Welcome back to Cheyenne Life. And I wanted to show you what kind of a sunflower seed harvest that we have. I had dried 9 sunflower heads, 8 of which were able to be seeded. One did not have very good seeds. It had seeds within the shells, but they were not fully formed, so it would not have been able to be used for seed for next year or for roasting sunflower seeds for different flavors of sunflower seeds, or able to be eaten, that kind of thing. You could have eaten them, but they would just be so small and they would not taste as good as the other ones that are more mature. So how many sunflower seeds did I end up with? Well, a lot, as you can see. So I have probably 6 quart-sized bags full of sunflower seeds here. This is one of my larger drying boxes. So it's probably about 13 to 14 inches wide and about 16 to 18 inches long. And as you can see, it is full, pretty thickly covered with sunflower seeds. And I had to go ahead and get these shelled, or not shelled, but out of the sunflower heads, because we have had an issue with some mice trying to get into them. I usually dry these out in my garden shed. Then I had to move them into the house and they were drawing in mice. So I actually had to set traps and catch mice for the last couple of days. So I went ahead and got these out of the heads. They'll continue drying in this box. I can keep the box a little bit more secure than what I was trying to dry them in before, because you want to leave them attached to the heads. And since I'd had to harvest the heads a little bit sooner than I wanted to due to the snowstorm, I just basically had to put them in a large box and hope that they would dry out. And we went ahead and got those taken out of the heads today. I guess you could say shucked out of the heads. Anyway, to shuck these out of the head does not take very much effort once they are dry. Now mine were not completely dry, so it took a little bit more effort than it normally would. But if they are completely dry, which the sunflower head would need to be brown, and I can show you my heads here. As you can see, they were not completely brown, but they were drying out. But if you have them completely dried out and all of this part that's green is actually turning yellow or a light tan color, it is much easier to get them out of the heads. You just basically run your hand across the head and the seeds will fall out into a box. And large numbers of seed each time you put your hand over and scrape it across the surface of the sunflower head, there will be tons and tons of those seeds fall out. And I just do it in the box. Mine were not as easy, but they were not difficult to do so. I had to actually, bend the sunflower pad back a little bit, and that actually helps out quite a bit. If you can bend the sunflower head back, it peels the part of the flower away from the seed, and then it makes it a lot easier to get them out and into a box or whatever you're going to be drying your seeds in. Make sure it is a larger container like this one, so you don't have seeds flying out everywhere, and you want to hold it really, really close to the box. So I didn't have maybe 5, 6 seeds fall out of the box, which I just picked up and put back into the box. And then, of course, you've got a little bit of debris that'll come into it, like, pieces of green leaves and stuff, or brown leaves, and you just want to pick those out and give them a toss. And then I had a couple of petals that fell in. No big deal. But once you go ahead and get these processed, what you would do is just put them, if you're going to roast them, into a roasting pan or a big baking sheets, and make sure you check, you can just Google what the times would be and temperature would be for the different flavors that you want for sunflower seeds. You can salt them, you can put ranch dressing on them, you can, or ranch seasoning. You can put barbecue seasoning. You could do all kinds of seasonings for sunflower seeds, and then roasting them. You could shell them if you want to. That takes a much longer amount of time to shell each one of these seeds. But you could do that if you wanted to. I just tend to leave them whole like this and go ahead and roast them in the oven with just some salt and pepper and maybe some olive oil. And they'll keep in the entire winter season. And I just put them in quart bags. We don't eat a whole lot of sunflower seeds. I don't eat them at all, but my partner does love them, and my daughter loves them, and my grandson loves them. So we just put them in quart-sized bags, keep them through the winter, and they pull one out and snack on it as they want it. So what I will do with the rest of the sunflower heads, now that they have been all shelled out or husked out of the sunflowers, I will just toss those into the compost pile, and those will go ahead and break down for the next season to go on the garden. But also wanted to show you the raisins that I had dried in the dehydrator a couple of episodes ago. And these are sapphire raisins. I had gotten the sapphire grapes from Sam's Club, and as you can see, each of these grapes or raisins are very long, elongated, and that is the way that the grape is. Sapphire grapes are very, very long, and then once you dry them out, the raisins are very, very long. I use my dehydrator, just put a layer on the dehydrator tray, put it in the dehydrator overnight, and they dry out into raisins. You can dry them shorter or longer depending on how you like your raisins. If you like yours a little bit more juicy, not so dried out, then you can just put less time. And I like mine just sufficiently dried enough that they will keep through the winter season. So I like mine a little bit drier. If I wanted to go ahead and get those a little bit more moist, I would just add a few drops of water, give it a little bit of time, and they would just plump right up. So that is the raisins that I made the other day, and my dehydrator, and my grandson will probably enjoy those, and we will put them into breads and you know, things like that, or on top of oatmeal to eat through the winter season. And then I'll have more grapes to dehydrate, I'm sure. And right now I have another pack of grapes in my refrigerator that'll need to be dehydrated pretty soon once everyone finishes eating what they want of them. And this is another pack that I'd made out of a different type of raisin or different type of grape. They're still large, but they're not elongated, as you can see. And they made great raisins. And I think these were not the cotton candy, but there's another variety of a black table grape that is quite large that I had made these out of, and that's why the raisins themselves are so large. So I have 2 packs of raisins that'll definitely get us through the winter season because we don't eat a huge amount of raisins. We eat them in breads and on oatmeal and stuff like that with walnuts and almonds and such. But that'll definitely get us through winter with those. And I had just finished these sunflower seeds as I was finishing out another video for a different topic. So I hope everyone enjoys looking at the sunflower seeds and knowing that these actually just came out of 8 sunflower heads. One was large, the other ones were all medium-sized. So you can get quite a bit of sunflower seeds out of just 8 heads. I had 9 large heads to begin with, 8 that finished out, and I had some other heads that I had cut to put into a vase onto my table, but those are not used for sunflower seeds. They are just used for, you know, just decoration to enjoy at the end of the summer season. And that's it. So hope everyone is having a great day wherever you are. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notices on new videos as they come out. And I will see everyone in the next one.